So this template is primarily meant for a small business that is doing possibly 200 or 300 different tasks, and they really need to focus on the primary, let's say, 10 or 20 tasks and outsource or get help for everything else. So let's look at the settings sheet. That's the first thing here. We're going to have a category drop-down list when we enter our data, and these are the categories. So I'll jump over to where we input our tasks, and here's the category. I click in here, and we see task category. Select the category for this task. In the drop-down list, these are the 4 items we see. So we can change these by going back here to Sheet Settings, and we can type over one of the existing entries. We could also clear it by pressing the delete key or highlighting one or more, right-click, and select Clear Contents. We could also do this. When we're in the last cell, see how up here it says Table Tools at the top of the screen. If you click below it, it no longer says that. The table is finished. But you can always extend this table by pressing the Tab key, and you see how we have an extra one now. Or we could also do this. This little icon in the bottom right corner of the cell, we could take that and drag it down. So now we have more room to put in more items. You could also do this. Just take this and drag it back up if you don't want to see the blanks. So let's now go over to where we input the data. So here we have the different parts of our input area, and in this cell, let's start off. It says bookkeeping, and in here it says task, necessary tasks for your business. So you enter one at a time. And before I go to the next cell here, see at the top of the screen here it says hide tips. So that's checked. If I uncheck this, now I have this additional little row here that's telling me either to type text. This one we type text, here we type it as well. And for the next 4, every time it's a drop down because it says select. So we select from the list. The same here, we select from the list. And the same for the last 2. There's always a list here. And of course, when you're first starting, this is just telling you to start in this cell to type something in. So we have bookkeeping. I typed a description, daily bookkeeping. Here it's financial. I selected that. Now, this is the like scale. 5 means you love it, all the way down to 1 that I hate it. So for this one, I'm going to say I hate it. And then the next, I press Tab or select the cell. Who currently does this task? And you have 3 options. It's all me, mostly me, or not me at all. And then over here, of course, who should be doing this task? And you select not me if you don't want to do it. So I'm going to pause the video and then paste in some more of the tasks. So now I've pasted in some more of the tasks, and you see I have a variety of things that I like and don't like. And now, of course, we're in the last row of the table, and we can do the same thing. We can go to the last cell, press the Tab key to get an extra row, or if I don't want to keep pressing the Tab key, I can go over here and just drag this down a few, and we have extra blank rows. Now, let's say you added 200 of these tasks, and it was really tedious to scroll up and down to see them. What you can do is this. You could click in here, go over to Data, and press the filter. And then you could use the drop downs to see or hide certain things. But there's also another option. So let's for now just turn that off. We're going to go over to the next sheet, which is sheet 4, and this is a pivot table. So only 2 things to know. Whenever you add tasks or change them, you would need to refresh the pivot, so it doesn't refresh automatically. And all you have to do is click any cell in the pivot like this, right-click, and then press refresh. And the other thing is this. This is a slicer. So what it allows you to do is, let's say you only want to look at tasks that you don't like or you hate. So you hold down, make sure that you select the 2 and the 1. So I'm going to select everything by holding down the Control key, and now all of them are selected, and this automatically refreshes. So we don't want to see the 5 and the 4. We like doing these things, these tasks. I'm going to hold down the Control key, press 5, and I'm going to I still have the Control key held down. I press the 4. So now they're gone. And all we're seeing now are tasks that we don't like. So one last thing. I'm going to go back to the task input sheet and add one more task just to show you how we do this. So go in here and let's put contracts. We'll just put in negotiate contracts. We'll say financial. I press tab, and I'm going to put I hate it, so a 1. Currently it's all me. Let's say currently it's mostly me. And then over here I say I want it to not be me doing it. So now I go back to our pivot, and we don't see it, and it's definitely something that is I hate it, so it's a 1. So I right click, I press refresh, and now we see it.